The spotlight effect. Well, each time when you go into a social situation or you're thinking about making a big decision, what naturally occurs to most of us is what's called the spotlight effect. That's where we think that everybody is looking on us. They're looking at us and they're concentrating on the things that we're doing and the ways that we're behaving. When the truth is, this is just a way that you limit yourself from actually achieving your potential. When you think about it, this was a survival mechanism that was put into our psyche so we could live into tribes, so we could survive by being one of the tribe and not standing out so we wouldn't draw attention upon ourselves. When the truth in this day and age, when we have all our basic needs met, the spotlight effect really is preventing you from becoming the author of your own story. Now, if you think everybody's watching you, everybody's paying attention to what you're doing, how you're doing it, they're criticizing you, you're greatly mistaken. And the reason is because everybody has a spotlight effect, right? So when you're in a social situation, you're thinking, geez, is everybody looking at me? Is my hair okay? Am I dressed all right? Am I walking? Am I standing up tall? Am I representing my best self? Remember, everybody is thinking something similar. So they're actually not focused on you at all. When you can adapt that mentality and realize that the spotlight effect isn't actually on you, and each person is having their own spotlight, it gives you the freedom to break out of the restraints and become more of the author of your own story. So what I want you to do today is go through your daily life after listening to this and imagine the spotlight effect. Now, I want you to imagine that everybody that you encounter or come across, whether it be in the grocery store or in the boardroom, is having some sense of that spotlight effect occurring for them in that moment. And then I want you to break away from that and try something different. Notice those subconscious thoughts, the little ego talking to you that's telling you stuff like, oh wow, what do I look like? Am I not dressed right? Oh geez, I shouldn't have wore sweats going to the grocery store, or here I am in the boardroom and I forgot my tie. Whatever it may be for you, what I want you to do is realize what those thoughts are. And then when you get an opportunity, as soon as you get an opportunity, write those down. Now, if you're in the boardroom, type them up, put them on your phone. If you're at the grocery store, you can do the same thing. And the reason we want to write these thoughts down is we want to recognize what our subconscious mind is saying so we can flip the script on it. We also want to recognize during those times to take that 5-second rule, remember, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then switch it. Make a conscious decision to realize, and I like to laugh at it. Whenever I realize the spotlight effect is happening to me, I laugh. And so I realize that that's happening. I give it a giggle, right? Because it's funny to me that I actually am programmed this way. And I realize that nobody else around me cares what I'm doing. They just don't. I'm not that important, at least not to them. I'm important to myself. And so once you've realized in that moment that you have these subconscious programming, this language or record playing in your head, giving you negative feedback, you can go ahead and laugh at it, or which is what I do, or do anything you want to break that, and then flip it and be laughing. Go, you know what? No one cares I'm in my sweats. Here I am at the grocery store, and I'm so comfortable. It is amazing. And walk around. And then you'll realize that spotlight effect. People are now looking at you, and what they're thinking is, man, that person is comfortable. Wow, why am I dressed up for the grocery store? Oh, I can't believe I did that. So the spotlight effect oftentimes brings us into conformity. And we also know that change happens outside of your comfort zone. And so when you're going through this phase of the spotlight effect, really recognize that nobody cares what you're doing. And this is going to give you that extra edge when allowing you to push the boundaries a little bit and step step outside of your comfort zone and into uncomfortability, where you can actually achieve greatness. And this is where it's going to open you up. It's going to open up to new paradigms of possibility for you and allow you really to enjoy that moment. So go out and seize the moment. Recognize the spotlight effect. Journal anytime you have something that comes up so you can recognize that and really pay attention to that programming so you can flip the script. And that's how you can go out and be the author of your own story. That's it for me today. Go over to authorofyourownstory.com, sign up for our newsletter. That's where you're going to get the latest tips, tricks, and techniques, but you're also going to get inside information. We just interviewed Chris Tarzan Clemens, and in that conversation, we talk about really what it's like to be a digital nomad, the ups and downs that people don't talk about becoming the author of your own story, about his successes, but also deep insights into his failure. Now, this interview is only going to be up for a couple of days. And so if you're listening to this, after we've recorded and released it a week later, you're not going to have access to it, only in our members section. But if you're on our newsletter, you're going to get that update right away, so you have access to this inside tips and inside information from experts, totally free and accessible to you. That's the only way you can get it. And I want to make sure you have all the tools to become the author of your own story. Have a great day. Remember, go out and be the author of your own story.
I have a question for you. What if you could transform your life for the better in just 90 days? Would you do it? Our 90-Day Game is an online program and community created for people like you who are ready to make a shift and take those dreams and goals they've been talking about for years and turn them into a reality within 90 days. Go to authorofyourownstory.com/90-day-game and turn your goals into reality. And don't forget to be the author of your own story.